We even caught some scrap metal yards taking things in they weren't supposed to. But there have been some changes to the law that even convicted felons say is making a difference. But if you play by the rules, there's money in that metal. It's searching for scrap metal that's made these men criminals.
I was going into abandoned buildings or buildings that were destroyed by fire and, pulling out the pipes.
I was just scrapping, burglarizing houses and for scrap metal.
Totally broken.
Joe Paletta knows what it's like to be the victim. His business was broken into, hundreds of dollars of metal taken.
They took aluminum, which was on the right-hand side, copper, which was on the left.
Others say selling scrap metal is their legitimate livelihood.
People not scared to mess with you when they see that you got cars and signs and stuff like that.
Adam Boynton and Kaylee Pearson say at one point there was no reason to do it legally.
I thought it was a victimless crime at the time, but obviously I know it wasn't.
At that time, I didn't care, There was no law. The rules were meant to be broken.
But state police say since the law changed in 2013, all eyes have been on the scrap metal industry and all the players, from customers, criminals, to people claiming to follow the rules. Albert Brothers showed us how they do business. Employees are constantly reminded of what's acceptable to take from customers and what's not.
Bronze plaques, manhole covers, guardrails, anything that somebody really wouldn't normally have.
By state law, scrap yards are not allowed to take beer kegs with writing on them. If they do, it's a misdemeanor. But the News 8 investigators sent our producer to see what would happen. We found 2 places out of 3 that bought the kegs.
So everybody understand it was an honest mistake, and that's all it was.
Gregory Foucher from Chase Waste in New Haven says the employee had only been on the job 2 days.
We chastised him and went over the procedure again after the mistake, and the mistake would never happen again.
In Wolcott, Continental bought 2 kegs from us with writing on them.
We actually have a scrap compliance software.
He says that software alerts you when an item is not acceptable and may have failed here.
The software is only a few months old, so if that's something that we have to go back and check out the software, why didn't it properly, let us know?
We checked with Wolcott police to see if they've had problems with Continental. They said not at all. But after this News 8 investigation, they went to the scrapyard to give them a verbal warning, reminding them next time they will be cited and fined. While errors do happen, state police say overall the new law has made a big difference.
There's a lot of information that the scrap metal dealers provide to law enforcement pursuant to any investigation. So I think we have some good systems of checks and balances in place.
In Joe Paletta's case, he's been waiting since May and still no arrests. Just 3 grainy pictures of a getaway car.
If they're not caught, they're going to continue to do it.
State police say if you have any abandoned buildings or homes in your neighborhood, keep a close eye. You heard it from the convicted felon. He thought stealing scrap metal was a victimless crime. If you want to see the changes to the law, just go to our website, WTNH.com. For the News 8 investigators, Aaron Logan, News 8.